these worlds, something beyond these walls, something which would make me unique, a hero, above everyone. This is how I lived, but now all these lost, all these walls, they were shattered like a card house, and there I was, nothing to account for. I thought I had no past, I thought I had not lived, and now here I wanted to go for this undescribable beauty. Here I was, wanted to demand more than I was due to, demand more that I maybe deserve. Do people who live beyond the world, do people who never lived deserve such a beauty? My mind was flooded with 1,000 questions. My mind was flooded. I was incapable even walking straight a line. My mind was in disarray, and I think if there would have been an obstacle there, I would have fallen flat on my head, and I wouldn't have even known how to protect myself or use my hands in order to mitigate the blow. This is how distressed I was. I even felt that I went into some areas of the supermarket I have never been before. I have not realized products. The moment I was following her through all these eyes, following her to somewhere, but where? To dreams. I didn't know what she was thinking about, what she craved for. She would occasionally turn, smile, like a thought. I tried to fathom her thought. I tried to see in this beautiful face of thought a mirror that would show me her mind, that would reveal me this secret. And how could I speak to her? How could these eyes, which were roaming freely and in a chaotic way through the supermarket, how could they stop moving and just see me? I wanted so desperately that she sees me, that she noticed me. I felt like I was a nobody, someone who has been living an autark life all this life, and now I was craving for one notice, for one beautiful glance. All I needed to feel comfort, to feel safety. I needed it. But she didn't. She followed somewhere. And then she went to the cashier. She bought some products for her daily nutrition. I saw her. Maybe she buys in bulk. She bought a lot of milk. But then, when we would stand in queue, I was close to her, and I was still behind her. I was waiting for a sign that she would notice me, that she would just turn, and through these beautiful hairs behind her, just a glance of her. This is all I wanted. And then it happened, and my heart stopped. I didn't even dare to breathe. She just turned, and I could see this beautiful face. I could face this beauty, and I was stunned, like I predicted it. I did not know what to say. I was just stunned, and I think, at least I hope, that I smiled at the beauty of this world, that I tried to make me noticed. Just smiled, at least. And there she was, looking in differently, looking into the world like someone looks from behind a window, behind a curtain. Disinterested. Maybe a hope that there would be something. There was a notion, like you get up because you heard a notion, but then it turns out it was nothing else than boredom, daily boredom. Her facial expression did not reveal anything, just boredom. And she would gaze into the world as it would be nothing, and it would be even draining. And her eyes, The rims of her eyes were almost tearful, watery, sad. I thought she was sad. I thought maybe her thoughts did not came about. Maybe the dreams she thought herself of, they did not come through. The way she moved through the aisles, the way she sit somewhere, wanted to go somewhere, and all these clothes she went past and sighed. I think she sighed. At least I hope I assume she sighed. A sigh. This is all you could see. A disappointment in her face and an indifferent gaze. Boredom. This is how she would look at the world and look at me. She probably thought I was part of this world. She probably thought that I am nothing different than all these people around, living mundane lives, going nowhere, and losing oneself. We paid. I had actually forgotten buying anything in all my agitation. I didn't buy anything. I just stood there, not knowing what to do, not knowing what to say. I just stood there, indifferently. How do you answer? How do you respond? An indifferent face and a facial expression that signals you boredom. I lost my resolution. I didn't know what I could possibly say, because this was even worse. I thought that she would smile, that she would be nice, that she would be this cheerful woman. I mean, at least I hoped it. Of course, in some inner voice inside me hoped for that she would be, look in this world with a boredom, look in this world with an uninterested indifference, nonchalantly, that she probably would crave to seek something beyond these walls, beyond these borders. Of course, part of me hoped for it, of course. But I was struck when I saw it in reality. I was baffled. This was even worse because what you want to say to her now, just hi, she would probably not even respond. So we are moving forward, we are moving ahead in the queue, and then something happens again, and I thought, and now I think this was probably one of these fatal moments. Then she dropped something. It felt like an eternity. It was actually a throbbing sound. She dropped one of those packages. It was a damn throbbing sound, but it was enough. It was a throbbing sound of my heart. It was a heartbeat. In retrospect, I think it was this heartbeat, and it would beam through all my body. It was struck through all my mind, through all the imaginations I had, with all my hopes, all my scenes, all these scenes I made up. Being with her, all these moments I imagined in my mind we would meet, all they came at once, just in this very moment where she dropped something. Just in this very moment, I remembered everything, every scene I thought about, every scene I came upon. And it felt like that I woke up in this very moment. I felt even courage to talk to her, to say something, even if it is a hi. It was enough. I did not need it more than a hi as a response. And she was about to go down. She was about to pick up the package, and I immediately rushed towards her. Let me help you. This is what I said. Let me help you. And I was surprised by this. This was my courage, my voice. I think for the first time, I heard the voice of a man. This was the voice of a man. This was not the voice of a boy anymore. This was the voice of a man who has been thinking about this beautiful woman, who has been preparing of it, who has understood that he's missing something in his life. Let me help you. And she stared at me. These beautiful eyes, they just looked at me questioningly. Silence. We just stared at each other. At least I thought it was like eternity. We watched at each other in silence there. And there, slightly, I helped her to pick up the package. And then she said, thank you. Thank you. And this voice, this sweet voice, this subtle voice, it was like a melody in my ears. These sweet lips, how they were moving up and down. I was mesmerized. I was struck. I was in seventh heaven. I thought I would I thought that my legs would give away, that I would fall down or something, or that I would make of myself a fool in front of her. But I could keep my poise. I tried to smile, but just smile. And there she was. And she responded. This beautiful woman, this beautiful creature, these beautiful eyes. And she smiled. And she smiled not only with her mouth, but with her eyes too. She smiled through her whole face. And I was mesmerized. I was speechless. I could just watch her put the package back in her bag with a gracious move. Just watch her. And she was the most beautiful creature I had ever seen. And I was we were leaving. She had paid. She was on his way. She was on her way out. And I could just watch her. I didn't know what to do. I felt like that this was the last opportunity, that this would be, if I miss her now, I thought I would not see her ever again, that this was the last chance given by me, by destiny, the last chance for love, for fulfillment. And now I saw her. Now she noticed me. She watched me. These beautiful eyes, they penetrated through me, through my eyes, into my soul. They grabbed me. And I saw, and I felt I was hooked at her. I felt that she has charmed me in that way that I cannot walk away from this anymore. And I watched her in fear, in discomfort, while she was stepping away from me, walking away from me, somewhere, someplace I don't know. And I felt this satisfaction. I felt this void, this darkness growing inside me, making me restless. I was agitated. I wanted to do something. I wanted to stop it. But what then? Can I follow her? Can I walk beyond the borders of my life? Can I just escape her? I didn't know. I tried to follow her, hesitantly and even reluctantly, because I saw that she was walking past my comfort zone. I know that she was walking past this line, the line which signals for me the world outside. I felt uncomfortable double the very step